What is up, people out there in the YouTube universe? This is another edition of C&J Wrestling Talk. I am DJ Kaz, and I am joined on the hosting panel by my man Jake.
Oh man, it's good to be back, and we have a lot of stuff to cover tonight. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot of good and a lot of bad.
I mean, like we gotta get WWE something. I mean, like they just had a decent payback pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was decent.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, my man Jake. Like I said, we're gonna be discussing a lot of the good and the bad. But like I said, at the end of this video, can you please like tell us how we're doing and share this video for us, and we can get this message out there now. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna be reviewing Monday Night Raw. We kicked off Monday Night Raw with the Authority, Triple H, and the return of Stephanie McMahon. Now, when they came back, I mean, like, I don't know if it was just me or not. Maybe it's just because I just I'm just so biased when it comes to Stephanie, but it was always like, yes, we've seen one Authority promo, we've seen them all, and then
Yep.
Sheamus actually he came out, and to me, he actually saved this segment, at least from my perspective. Like the way he just came out and just said, "I'm the one who took out Daniel Bryan, and I'm the man. There's no need to have this elimination chamber for the Intercontinental title. You might as well give it to me." And then Ryback comes out of all people, and I gotta say, he didn't do bad last night on the mic. Remember, at one point he even said, "The big guy's talking, Steph, so you shut up," or something like that. I was like, "Oh my God, Ryback grew a set now." And then we have
Yep.
Ryback versus Sheamus. It was a fine match, but Sheamus went over. Now, Jake, how did you like the opening segment of Monday Night Raw?
I thought it was, kind of the same. Like you said, once we've seen one Authority promo, we've seen them all. But this is what I've been wanting a lot of. A lot of people have said, "Oh, the Authority's going out." I think so. The Authority's going out, but if they're going out, they at least needed to add Sheamus. His resume precedes him because yes, he was the one that took out the Yes movement. Kane also was the one that took out the Yes movement. And my God, they just need to quit teasing it. Sheamus is already basically, the heel and everything. They just need to add him to the Authority. But the match in general, yes, was decent, including the whole kind of jobbered way it was out of it, where Sheamus faked the eye injury.
Yeah, so on, I'm guessing that you like this segment very well. So I'm assuming, and also you mentioned a great point. Sheamus being part of the Authority. I don't know. Like, I really don't know how that would work out. I mean, last night it certainly did look like that he seemed to be a perfect guy to be in the Authority. But I mean, come on, Sheamus needs to be the type of person like where I don't take orders and I don't give orders. I'm just a bad you know what, and I'm just gonna kick the crap out of you every single time. I don't listen to nobody. I think he needs to stick to that kind of character right now, since he's being basically. I think he's actually turned out to be one of the top heels right now. Taking, I guess you could say, kind of taking Rusev's spot.
Yep, he has kind of taken Rusev's spot, but also he could be an Authority and also be kind of like a mercenary for them because we all know Kane's time in Authority, it's a CM Punk says ticking.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it. But anyway, yeah, moving on from that, we had King Barrett versus Neville again. This match was nothing. Bodas came out. He attacked Neville, and I'm like, so what? Then I
Oh
believe,
man.
but then I believe up next was well, actually no, we actually had a segment backstage with the Authority. It was Seth Rollins, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, my man, and Kane, J&J Security, and the Authority, and they're celebrating, doing their thing, and then Dean Ambrose comes out, and we're gonna get into depth in this later on, but yeah, he comes in like he just like I think he kind of gave Kane a little lesson, like remember, like who you are. And then Kane, he gets all upset and he says, "You're gonna take on Bray Wyatt tonight." And I actually want to move on to that because that to me was the best match of the night.
Yeah, I actually was kind of skeptical about this match because if you remember on to the year before closing out 2014, that Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose had that little feud
In a
going, and
nothing
it
feud.
yep, and it wasn't jack. It wasn't really nothing. The matches
Yeah,
were kind of terrible. They had a decent TLC match at TLC in 2014, but otherwise,
yeah.
it was just a bad feud. So it left me skeptical until I actually saw the match. And it was like, Dean Ambrose, he's picking up his game. Maybe he's not the Joker that everybody thinks he is.
Speaking of Dean Ambrose, let's actually go ahead and talk about him because, like, we learned last night on Monday Night Raw, Dean Ambrose will take on Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship 2 weeks at Elimination Chamber. Now, here's the thing. As much as I love Dean Ambrose, as much as I love everything that he did last night in the ending segment, like holding Seth Rollins hostage with the cinder blocks and Stephanie, like saying, "Don't do it. Well, you'll get your shot." But Jake, let's be honest with, like, thinking about it, like Dean Ambrose hasn't really done anything to actually like put him in this type of position for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, think about it. I mean, he was jobbing to Luke Harper at Extreme Rules. He was jobbing in the Intercontinental title picture in the ladder match, and that leading up to WrestleMania. And you just mentioned he was in a nothing feud with Bray Wyatt last year. So as much as we love Dean Ambrose, I think some people need to realize that just because we like Dean Ambrose doesn't mean that he deserves a shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. What are your thoughts?
I think my thoughts are kind of like yours. This Dean Ambrose basically jobbed his way into the WWE title shot. Don't get me wrong, I love the guy in every single way possible, from his personality to his type of fighting style where he doesn't hold anything back. But I would like to bring up another point because basically this is just more fire, or if anything, the triple threat shield match.
Yeah, like I said, as much as I want to see that match, I need that to be saved for WrestleMania next year. We got to get to that.
Yep, but unfortunately, I think the creative team of WWE did not hold long enough because basically it's almost like they're saying, "Oh my God, the Shield, they just did that triple powerbomb to Orton at Payback. We need to put him in a match now." Because you actually think they're just going to let Dean Ambrose? He was good in the Payback Fatal 4-Way match. He was decent. You think they're just going to let him do a one-on-one match with Seth Rollins? Of course not, because now you know that Roman Reigns and Orton, if they feel like it, they could just bully Seth and threaten authority again, just like Dean Ambrose.
I mean, you could think about it from another standpoint. Maybe, like, because here's the thing, like, you gotta wonder. And by the way, Roman Reigns, he will be on SmackDown this Thursday for people who watch SmackDown. Now, like, maybe we can get like a Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns #1 contenders match at Elimination Chamber, and that would solve the issue right there. But yeah, we will talk about this in depth later. I want to move on now to Rusev and Lana. Now, Rusev, of course, we all know he lost. We knew, everybody and their mother knew that he was going to lose the I Quit match. And I still don't like the way the I Quit match ended. I mean, you could have just thrown in the towel. Like, why'd you have to, like the rope was like in his face and he still said, just said, "I give up." And like, yeah, that. Rusev came out, Lana came out, and Rusev was just bashing Lana. And I'm thinking like, okay, this could either go in a good direction or a bad direction. I still don't know which direction WWE is going in. Now, for people who watched NXT from the very beginning, which is me, like, Lana's actually been with Rusev longer than last year. She actually kind of been his manager since late 2013 when they had that little backstage set with Sylvester LaForte. And What are your thoughts on Lana's split with Rusev, and do you think that she could become something on her own?
I think she could become something because the whole split thing was a good, well, I'm not gonna say good, kind of well played segment, but the whole, WWE universe brought up a good point. Maybe Rusev wasn't even saying I quit. Maybe Lana kind of just set him up to kind of get revenge. And that's a kind of far out there type of deal, but it kind of works because Lana's been pushed aside, bullied, made almost like a piece of trash ever since going into WrestleMania after Rusev lost. So that'd be a perfect way to get payback on him. And then almost this is type of a good thing because she can just get, another person to manage, kind of screw with Rusev's head and everything.
Oh, speaking of which, like remember we saw last night. Apparently, she started and she kissed Dolph Ziggler. Now, like I'm sitting there wondering, like, why Dolph Ziggler? Like, oh, I can tell you why. Because we're going to talk about this. Like, Elimination Chamber, it will be for the vacant Intercontinental Championship. It will be Sheamus, Ryback, Barrett, R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, and Rusev.
Oh man.
Now, I don't know what to say about this because here's the thing: like they got three characters in it that I did not expect to be in. Honestly, I mean, you got Rusev, R-Truth,
Yep.
Ryback. I was so shocked when I heard that they were in this chamber. Now, I really don't like on the fact on how Rusev just lost. Like it's almost like he's like immediately jumping ship. Like, okay, I can't win the United States title, so I'm going to go after the Intercontinental Championship. I don't like that. It's like he just lets it go. Like, I mean, you just lost an
You
I
know?
Quit match to John Cena. You're not pissed off about it. You're not going to do anything about it. As much as I don't want to see Cena and Rusev go out one more time, I at least want to see Rusev upset and like try to work his way. I don't like the way he's been like thrown back into the title picture, especially for the Intercontinental title. So,
Yep.
what do you think of the characters that we got in this chamber, and will this be a good match?
I think the chamber might be, you know, well, then again, I honestly don't know because we have Ryback in his first elimination chamber, and Ryback's been doing pretty well. He's been in some maybe good matches. Then we have Rusev. Like you said, I don't appreciate him being put into the Intercontinental Championship. We all knew, well, me and you and a bunch of other people knew that after Rusev lost and had his, chances at the United States champion, it was basically, oh yeah, we're not gonna make you upset and keep you on a losing streak or whatever. Let's just throw you back into the title picture. Then we have, Dolph Ziggler, which I hate to say it, that just might be your next Intercontinental Champion
Oh
because
no!
we don't want to see it, but
I
do
mean,
you
shoot,
really
I
think?
don't want to see Barrett hold that Intercontinental Championship.
Exactly, exactly. Do you want to see Barrett hold the Intercontinental Championship? Do you want to see
No,
Rusev hold the Intercontinental Championship?
no,
Do you want to see Ryback hold it?
definitely no.
Exactly. The only logical thinking person is, I hate to say it, Dolph Ziggler.
No, no, no.
Because the
Here's the thing.
whole
Like,
Lana.
I'm gonna stop you right there because, like, here's another thing. I'm picking Sheamus. I'm legitimately picking Sheamus to walk out with that Intercontinental Championship. To me, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. And the reason why I say it makes a hell of a lot of sense, number one, we need heels. We need top tier heels. And I don't think that WWE did not let Sheamus get that win on Sunday and let him get that win on Monday night without a purpose. I think Sheamus will leave in 2 weeks the Intercontinental Champion.
If he does, that would be a great accomplishment for WWE because then you will have, I believe, three heel champions and then one babyface. The babyface of them all, John Cena, as champion.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. As far as my thoughts on the air, I mean, on the Intercontinental Elimination Chamber match, I still think it's going to be great. I still want to see it. I just don't like. Why the heck is our truth in this? Like, why?
Exactly. Of all the people you could have put in the Intercontinental Championship,
Yes.
well, I can kind of understand because Neville should have been in there. However,
Yeah.
with his whole injury to the knee, and then Bo Dallas
And he's
making
probably going to have a match with Bo Dallas at the Chamber.
and that's what I hate because this is almost like they're basically going back to NXT times.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, let's go ahead and move on, man, from one chamber match to this is actually going to tie in with our Raw review because we had three championship matches. We got jobbed out of two of them, but that's beside the point. Now, it was Cesaro and Tyson Kidd getting another tag team title opportunity for some reason, and it was against the New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston. I'm glad we finally can decipher, like, who is the champions in that group, because, like, they be, like, swapping those titles every single week. But anyway, yeah, Xavier was his man from ringside. Now, I don't know why I had so much expectations for this match, but it turns out it was just a segue to like bring all the tag teams out who are actually going to be part of the first ever Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Tag Team titles. Now we have New Day defending. Cesaro and Tyson Kidd will be in there, of course. The Prime Top Players, the Lucha Dragons, and
Wait for them to go high flying in the Elimination Chamber.
Los Matadors and the Ascension. Now,
The,
as much as I hate the fact that we got jobbed out of two championship matches last night when they advertised it like crazy, I do like the way that the story was played out. Like they had to do something to like build towards the. Now I don't. I definitely don't want to see these guys on a 12-man tag. I can tell you that right now. But like, yeah, we have all those teams. Can someone please explain to me like why the heck Harper and Rowan are not in this match?
yes, please, somebody explain to me. You had tag teams. Your three Los Matadors.
Who have done
Somehow they're
nothing?
in there,
Who have done
and then
nothing?
the Ascension, who have won their first match ever since they came to the main roster. Well, actually, I can't say that. They did beat Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, but
In a
they've
terrible
all
match.
been yes, they've all been terrible tag matches.
And you know what? And you know what I kind of find weird to me, like, hey Jay, like, listen to me, man. Like, to me, as much as I don't like the Ascension in this match, they kind of make sense in a way. But I don't know why Los Matadores in this match. I have Raw and Luke Harper. They need to take that spot because I need for these guys from like tag teams to actually have a reason to be in this chamber. I mean, you got two in there that absolutely have no reason to be in this match. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper have more of a legit gripe than Los Matadores. I can guarantee you that. And yeah, it turns out we're gonna have those six teams inside the Elimination Chamber now. You and I have a special connection with the tag team division. It actually turns out I counted. We actually have a total of 9 teams. But will this chamber match be good? And how are you liking the teams?
I'm liking some of the teams, but like you said, I'm not liking all. Liking Lucha Dragons in there. Yes, the prime time players need to be in there because they're and you notice how they were the last tag team stand. Then I do approve. I'm not appreciate. Somehow made it in there. 2 legitimate chances. The third one, yes, was job out of, but that's 2 legitimate chances they had at the tag team titles. If you remember last year, if it was 2 chances and you're up, 2 chances, done. Next tag team, come on, let's go see if you can beat them. And these guys apparently are the team with multiple chances. They held them for a month. A month. New Day have held it longer, shockingly. I didn't think they would, actually hold it longer.
Yeah.
But anything, get the Ascension out of there. replace him with Harper and Rowan. Or if you can't do that, get Tyson Kidd and Cesaro out of there and replace him with Harper and Rowan. Give more tag teams another chance than just saying, okay, here's some, tag teams haven't done anything. Here's some tag teams that have just had two title chances lost. Put them in there.
You want to know? I think is the problem with the tag team division. Like they're not featured on the main show. Like we talked about this the other day on how like we've seen the Ascension versus Primetime Players so many times on Superstars and Main Event. We've seen like so many tag team matches at the same time on Superstars and Main Event. Like, put these guys on the main show, Raw and SmackDown. That's what we need to see. Because get this, a lot of people didn't even know we had 6 tag teams. That just shows you that as much as people think that the tag team division sucks, we have all these teams here. Think about how much they can thrive. And that's how much I love this Elimination Chamber match. Like, this is definitely going to help the tag team division. Now, who are you picking for the win? Or do you want to save that for next week?
I think I might have to save that for next week because, honestly, I have no fair type of decision because these are all great tag teams that have a chance. They actually take the Cesaro and yet instantly lost them.
Yeah, but anyway,
This is going to be
yeah, let's actually go ahead and move on, man,
one
to
tough.
okay, Jake, man, let's go ahead and move on to it was Nikki Bella versus Naomi for the Divas Championship. Now, I actually thought we were going to crown a new champion for some reason. I actually thought we were going to crown a new champion. But lo and behold, the match ends in disqualification. Naomi is upset about losing. Actually, no, not upset that she lost the match. And lo and behold, Paige returns. And I'm like, okay, Paige returns. We're probably going to get a triple threat match or maybe a number one contenders match. I heard they're going to do Paige versus Nikki Bella for the title at Elimination Chamber. Did you like this match?
The match was pretty okay for a Divas match, but
it was in the main event.
Man. Yeah, it was in the main events type of time, but oh man, really, out of all the people, Paige just had to come because we don't want to. A lot of people don't Paige had crown Paige Divas champion.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely true.
Let Tamina.
Hey Jake. You know what? I just thought of something. I thought of something like really.
Let Tamina.
You know what I just realized? Like, apparently WWE does not like to follow up on the story when it comes to like Naomi and Nikki. Because like, here's the thing. Like, I'm thinking like, here's the thing, man. I'm thinking like, okay, like they need to have Naomi win the Divas Championship. That's what they need to do. But for some reason, they just keep stalling and stalling and stalling. Why do you think they keep stalling? Because we know, like, I think Naomi actually does need to win the belt eventually, but I just want to see the payoff.
Yep. Me too. Because he was a walker for Brodus Clay, then to tossed, well, not actually tossed in there. She worked good enough to be in the Divas division, then went back in a work different NXT before getting to the main roster, and I think she does need to win the title because if she does not win the title, that's just when Bing Bang Boom Get out of here. Let's have the same divas win over and over again. We
Yeah,
don't want to see that. We want different divas get a chance.
yeah,
Me
definitely.
or
Yeah, preach, my man, preach. I get you. I got you. Okay, Jake. Let's actually go ahead and move on from the divas, and let's actually talk about something that was freaking awesome last night. It was John Cena's U.S. Open Challenge, the challenge that he does every single week, and like he does, like I said, he does an open challenge, and he calls out. He says, "You want some? Come get some." And then, lo and behold, da 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 da, and I'm like, "Oh my god, it is Kevin freaking Owens!" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Kevin Owens is here. I love this guy now." Oh my God. Like, I cannot tell you how great. To me, this was the markout moment of the year. Kevin Owens showing up on Monday Night Raw, and he did very, very well last night on his main roster debut. It sucks that we didn't get the match. We'll actually get to that. And like I say, he stood toe to toe with Cena on the mic, and he did not get hurt. He was not hurt in this segment at all. John Cena, he didn't even get hurt. Like everybody just looked great. What are your thoughts on this great moment that we saw last night?
oh man, I thought it was absolutely perfect because instead of having, just another person come out from the back, kind of like a jobber, almost, I hate to say it, the United States Invitational has almost been like, if you haven't played it, or if you have, WWE 2K career, well, not my career mode for NXT, making it where you face John Cena as different NXT superstars is almost like NXT proved that they're worthy of being on the main roster so that the creative team doesn't forget about them. My God, this moment, the way he from I'm going to make this match, but it's going up my turn. Nope. What I say. And if you think you know that you know me, well, you've got another thing to the power bomb. This, just this whole moment was executed perfectionly.
Yeah, you know what I kind of find interesting, my man? Like, to me, this just shows that John Cena does like to put people. I mean, he just like let Kevin Owens like just deliver that lights out powerbomb, and he stepped on the championship that John Cena is holding. Get this, I love to hate that man, but I like him. I just love to hate him because he just does a masterful job. Even when he was on the independent circuit, he was a masterful job. Even when he was in Ring of Honor, he was a great. It's like Kevin Owens, he has that it factor. Now, this is actually great. People, in 2 weeks at the Elimination Chamber, we will get John Cena versus Kevin Owens. Now,
And my
how are you
God,
liking that
I
announcement?
I can't wait for that because, to be honest, Kevin doesn't even need to capture the United States Championship. Hell, he doesn't even,
Yeah, no.
if,
Yeah.
well, actually, just without Cena. Do what Rusev did full passion because he knows Kevin Owens when he said, "Let me give you some better," and Kevin Owens just shut him down immediately and said, "Whoa, you think you could give me better advice? I've been doing this longer than you."
Yeah, yeah, that definitely to me was the
And
best
my
part
God,
of it. Like he just like, don't you? It was like, it was like the older son talking to the dad, like, I'm no kid anymore. Like, I'm an actual man. Yeah. And as far as the match of Elimination Chamber goes, I mean, I don't care that we're getting it early. I want to see it. Like, I need to see John Cena versus Kevin Owens. Now, I also thought this was great because think about it, they helped build a lot of things between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for NXT Unstoppable tomorrow night, which, by the way, we will be back tomorrow night to give our NXT Unstoppable review. We'll go down all the matches for that little show they got. But yeah, back to Kevin Owens and John Cena. Now, is this a situation where Kevin Owens he drops the belt tomorrow night at NXT Takeover and he somehow beats John Cena at Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks?
That'd be a good type of segment, but I don't think, if any, if anything, that's good. And if he goes to be even better, because that's a feud I wouldn't mind seeing. Because it's not that
Oh, I need to
Kevin,
see that feud.
and that's it. Enough said. He's there to beat up Cena, take the title. If he takes the title, meh, bonus for me.
Yeah,
But
that's definitely. But
otherwise, if
here's the thing. Like, I don't think Kevin Owens should win the United States title. I don't want him on the main roster just yet. To me, he still has a little more to do in NXT. Just and by the way, even if John Cena does beat Kevin Owens, I don't think Kevin Owens he won't get hurt one bit because he did such a masterful job last night. I didn't even think once he gets in the main roster, he feuds with Cena, it won't hurt him in the long run because he's just built his character up so well. Now, like I said, we will be back tomorrow night for NXT Unstoppable review. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Jake, is there anything that we need to cover before we head off for?
I have one more thing to say, Kevin, anything, if Kevin Owens goes and keeps his NXT champ and he goes on, the only way I could see that match ending is in disqualification, just like how Owens, and that'd be the elimination chamber match between and Hurt Owens. Then it just even more going to the.
Jake, you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, all right, man. Yeah, I kind of lost you for a second, but yeah, like I said, as far as Johnson and Kevin Owens, I can't wait to see the match. It is going to be great. As far as I'm concerned, I am DJ Cash, my man Jake. We will be seeing you tomorrow night, hopefully for NXT Unstoppable. Peace out.
Yep. See you.